We started with everything on the table with the professional advisory group, but the structure of the qualification with the standards-based assessment, it makes things really challenging.
It will be gradually phased in over the next 5 years.
Yeah, this is how New Zealand becomes a wealthier country by virtue of being able to access higher paying jobs as a result.
Now, that bit feels like CEO talk.
Yeah.
We're going to go back to school certificate and we will all be wealthier because of it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, hang on. I don't quite, that feels like spin alley. You know, that's like you're trying to justify this move, which then again doesn't give me that sense of confidence, because that sounds like bullshit. I smell bullshit. You know, he's got something brown on his chin. He's talking shit because it's, how does that then lead to us all being wealthier? That just feels like a bit of a spin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think, look, obviously education is foundational to the potential of a country. It's, you know, human resource, not, you know, it's a horrible way of saying it, but, you know, the potential of our people to do those jobs is really important. But again, if you want to do that, you're going to make marginal differences at best by tweaking the assessment system, right? What really makes a difference is more teachers, more TAs, the ability to have the resourcing to actually make sure. And that's why if you look at a private school, they have really low teacher to pupil ratios, right, compared to a public school, because they know that's how you get the best educational outcomes. And so, you know, I think that a world-class education system should be part of New Zealand's economic future. It should be something we could export to the world. We could be attracting people here, you know, more at university level, at all levels. But we have to be willing to make the investment to have a world-class education system. And tweaking the assessment system just feels like rearranging the deck chairs.
And let me remind all of us, the Regulatory Standards Bill is a government bill. We'll see if Winston blows it up or not. Part of the Regulatory Standards Bill. When developing regulatory standards, it is crucial to consult with those who will be impacted to ensure the standards are effective and fair. This process helps identify potential issues, gather diverse perspectives, and improve the overall quality of regulations. I wonder how much consultation has been done with principals and teachers and people in the education sector. I mean, because their regulatory standards bill say you have to consult with those being impacted by it. I suspect not many have. So are they breaking their own regulatory standards bill, which is not law yet, but when it becomes law, are they therefore breaking it because what consulting's been done?
Yeah, well, it's the same. There's no benefit cost analysis, is there?
Nope.
You know, and yeah, like I say, I think a lot of times governments of both stripes do this thing where they decide they're going to reform an institution or a sector after their reckons of what's best, and there's just no evidence that the change will be worth the hassle.
And the Prime Minister always goes back to, whether he's right or wrong, right? I don't think there's any evidence for what he said, but nonetheless, he always goes back to, this will be the financial reward for this legislation. You know what I mean? Like, according to him, as long as there's a positive financial result, that's in and of itself is enough of a reason to do change to legislation. Like some regulatory changes or some legislation changes might make us healthier. They might not make us richer. They might make us happier. But his only yardstick seems to be money. We'll all be richer. You know, like that. I don't think that, I'm fine for that to be a way of measuring things, but it seems to be his only way of measuring things.
Which is ironic when considering how badly the economy's going under him.
Yeah.